going on, guys? Catalyst Gaming here. Today I'm going to be bringing you a video on how to maximize your experience on Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. It's pretty simple, but it does cost quite a bit of money. Typically you can find people doing Behemoth, and you can get 80 million credits per run that way. This method can cost anywhere between 200 million to 900 million credits. So keep that in mind, and it does require a little bit of patience. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is you can press the start button, go over to your map icon, press the back button once, and go up to Urban District, right? Now you can go to Argo the Informant. These are the two places, Predatory General Shop and Argo the Informant. Alright, now the first place we're going to go to is Predatory General Shop. You're going to want to buy a lot of weapons that have experience on it and a lot of accessories. Well, you only need 8 accessories with experience. Now the percentages that you want to look for is for weapons, anything that's above 10%, and on accessories is anything above 20%. Just for a relationship on relations on how close it is to your home. There's your home. You just go down to where Dine is, come over here, and talk to this guy right here. Then you press the right trigger on Xbox or R2 on PlayStation 4. You can sort through memory chip filters. Press up and you go to experience points. And as you see, he has quite a bit of items right now that has experience. But for experience, you want to get weapons with 10% or more, preferably 13 or 14%. But I mean, realistically, you're probably going to find 10 or 11%. The best I see here is going to be the 931 and the 926. So those two are actually not that great. The experience on the accessory is only 1729. You can get 21%. So that's definitely what you want to aim for on those. If he doesn't have anything for it, just back out of the shop. Go back into it, then reset the filter, and as you see, his weapons changed. Do we have anything good? Nothing. Alright, so we'll just keep doing this until you get the experience that you're looking for. 6, 7. And there's a 10.56. That's not that bad. Alright, so we'll back out. I'm going to try to find one that's got at least 13%. It does matter how far in the store you are. There's a 12.61. That's actually a pretty decent one. But we're going to try to find a 13%. There's a 13.25. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is buy as many, well, not as many, but typically you want to try to get, probably realistically, you're going to be putting about, depending on what level your weapon modification level is with Elizabeth, you may need less, but mine is maxed at level 12, so I can get my experience points on my weapons up to 22%. The lower your weapon modification level is, the lower the percentage that you'll be able to get it up max to. But if you have weapon modification level 12, you're probably going to get about 150 of these. Maybe more, maybe less. And as you can see, I don't have enough money on this character at the moment. I just got to go to the bank and get some. But you want to get about 150 to maybe 200. And then once you get those, I'm just not going to buy that many for right now. I'm going to buy, I'm going to buy maybe 20 for right now just to show you guys the process. Alright, and then I'm going to look for an accessory. Hopefully I can find one pretty quick. If not, I do have some accessories already. They're just in my storage. But I'm just trying to show that you can get 21% from this guy. 9.82, that's definitely shit. No accessory there, back out, go back in. Like, there is a lot of patience required to do this. because it's all RNG based, so I mean, you're not always going to get lucky. I know I have friends that was able to do this within 10 minutes. I know the first time I've done it, it took me about 40 minutes. So I mean, just be patient with it. It'll eventually pay off. A good example of how it'll pay off, Behemoth in co-op missions, its base experience is 7 million experience. Whenever you have max experience stacked all the way up, you can get over 27 million. When you have it all maxed out, like for example, if you have 22% on experience or 22% experience on accessories and weapons, you'll be getting close to 35 million experience per kill, which is really quick. Once we load in, we're going to run straight over to Elizabeth. I'll also show you how you can find out what your weapon modification level is. Now in the top right corner, right above where the credits is, it'll say weapon modification and then what level you are with it. Of course, the farther in the story, the more affinity you have with Elizabeth, and the amount of times that you have transformed or enhanced weapons will increase your modification level. Since mine is 12, which is the current max level for it, I'm actually able to do a lot of modifications. Now the same thing, you can press R trigger or right trigger with Xbox or R2 with PlayStation, and you can sort by the filters, do experience. You want to look for the item that you have purchased, which mine will actually be here, Davier's. Now this is the quickest way to do it. You can press the start button to select the first one, and you can select multiples. Alright, so it's 1325, then just keep pressing start button on as many as you want to add to it, right? Now I'm just going to add all of these. And just to show you, you can, like I still have a lot left here, well I still got 3 here. You can see what percentage it's going to get up to. You just add a bunch. I have 16 selected. You just go ahead and do this. Press A to accept it. As you can see, it's going from 13.25 to 18.10%. If you're not satisfied with that number, just back out of that and then select more. Okay? Really simple, and now it's up to 1855. It's not that impressive on how quickly it is, but it is quicker than going through and doing the memory chip editor for this method. Actually, we're going to go ahead and just do that. There we go. Now I have that weapon, then I have really nothing else that I can add to it because everything else is just garbage. That one's 1828, which is not bad. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll grab this one and mix it with all of this. Get that to 19.23 experience. It's a much better percentage. There we go. Just grab any others that I have in my inventory right there. That'll put it to 1952%, which is not max for me. 22% would be my max. Of course, your weapon modification level does determine what your max would be. Alright, and we are back. Now I'm going to load in on my new level 2 character. You're going to see that my storage is in fact linked up between all my characters, because I go right over to this, use item box, and press right trigger or R2 to view what's in the item box. Press up, there's the supernova I just added in on my level 300. Alright, so you don't actually have to get it out or anything, you can just leave it in there and let it chill. As for the experience, here's the experience items that I already had. As I said, 21.57, so I mean those are really high up there, they're almost maxed. So now to actually do, well, we're going to do the quicker way. Map, press back, urban district, and go to Argo the Informant. And of course there is the mission that I'm on right now called the SPC Glocken. This is the mission that introduces you to all the characters in the game. At one point, it will tell you to go talk to Argo the merchant, or the info merchant, or info broker, or whatever. And that's how you will find out where Argo is. Of course, like I said earlier, it is to the left of your house, because your house is right there. So you just come to Argo. Your first mission, you can just skip this little cutscene. He's just introducing himself, introducing herself, whatever. Alright, and then you just blah 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 blah. Buy information. Memory chip editor, right here. See, it's right above accessory club. And below shotgun weapon arts. Depending on where you are in the story, your weapon arts may be a longer list. This is still a fresh character, so just buy the memory chip editor. Alright. Now you don't have to buy anything else. I do recommend getting the least the weapon or the handgun weapon arts. And you do want to get these eventually, just maybe not right now. Unless you're doing a lot of farming. Those are really important. Alright, so we go over to the community tab, change memory chip editor, and then you want to pick 3 NPCs. Not your artificers, but NPCs. And like, I'm going to do Asuna. I'm going to change her weapon memory chips first. As you can see, she has grays. Now you just press A or X on one of them, and you look for the weapons that you want to add experience from. Like I have already a few that have experience on it, so I'm going to add experience from this, move the chips, and those chips will now be on her weapon. It does not change her weapon, just changes the chips. As you can see, she's still got the rapier equipped, and she just added those chips. Now for the Beetlejuice, we're going to add the Kotetsu's chips, move chips, yes. And whatever you use for weapons, those weapons you will not be able to reuse again. Those weapons are gone. Alright, so keep that in mind. The accessories, on the other hand, you can keep recycling. Once you put accessories on, it just makes the accessory gray. Put some accessories on her now for the 21.57%. Now, this is also another method. If you have 8 accessories, because you do need 8 accessories total, because you got to do this for yourself and 3 other party members. As you can see, that one just turned gray, the one that I just used. Now if you want to, you can also change it from, let's say you have a helmet, which this is what that is, a hairpin is a helmet. If you want to change it from a helmet to, let's say, a circlet or a gas mask or anything like that, all you have to do is, where it says whichever one you want, like if you want this experience to be a circlet instead of the metal plate hairpin, just swap the chips back out. Alright, it'll take the chips off of Asuna or whatever NPC. See, she no longer has it. And then, well, I can do it right here in the same screen. Then if I press up, see, it's now on the circlet instead of being on the hairpin. Alright, so that's another way you can trade out your accessories if you don't have DLCs to do that. But I'm going to put it back on her because I want the experience on her. Now you want to do this for 3 NPCs. I'm going to pick Asuna. I'm going to pick Silica. I'm going to do her weapons first. We'll give her a Kotetsu, move memory chips. You can also use the same method to enhance the memory chips. Like if you notice, whenever you do this, and then you pick the weapon you want to put on, it says move or enhance. If you already have stats on there, you can enhance it. If you don't have stats on there, then it just gives you the option to move. I'm going to show you that after this. As soon as this happens, yep. Now, I'm not actually going to enhance it, but see how they're both yellow now and they have the experience on it? You can enhance it now. See how it says enhanceable on the right hand side of the Kotetsu? You can enhance it now. And all that does is the same thing that Elizabeth does. But I recommend doing Elizabeth because you can do all of them all at once. This method just doesn't require any transformation chips, so it's a little bit cheaper. And the final character that I'm going to do it on is going to be 7, because these are my party members that I always do. They're just really nice to have the chips on and stuff, because not only are they getting experience chips, they're also getting other chips that increases their damage and survivability and all this other stuff. So they're helping you out. do I have another one that's got a decent amount of experience? Oh dear, experience only. I could have swore I had another one. Oh, right here, Supernova, move chips. Bam. Alright, so that includes my 3 party members that I'm going to be having. Well, for weapons so far. Now we're going to do the accessories on 7. Okay, and then we're going to do... No, we don't want to swap between the two. We want to get the gray and put that one on the gray. There we go. Alright, and now that's pretty much all you have to do to stack the experience. Now you just got to go into your friends list, unselect everybody that's in your party, then pick the 3 that you already just did. Alright, you're going to want to get at least 8 accessories and at least 8 weapons. It doesn't matter if you actually enhance them or not, but I do recommend enhancing them and getting the most experience as possible put on your NPCs, because that just comes in so much use for when you're trying to level up.
Alright, and that's going to be it for the video, guys. I appreciate you guys watching and sticking through for this entire 17-minute video. I'm sorry that it's pretty lengthy, but I had to go pretty slow so you guys could understand a little bit better. I hope this video helps. Catalyst Gaming, signing out.